Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. So, yesterday, I spent most of the day working on the Mongoose prototypes for a Patreon shipment. And we're just going to kind of talk about that yo-yo, where it came from, a little bit of the specs, 2 colorways, the plans for it, and yeah. So, yesterday, working on the Mongoose V1. It's a prototype. Likely no play changes, maybe some aesthetic changes for the production run. It is going to be a standard released yo-yo in the future. We've got artwork for it. You guys will see that shortly. Really happy with that. Ryan did a great job. But as you guys know, we used to have this repost going around, and it was kind of a yo-yo. A lot of people really liked it. Everybody that tested it from Reddit liked it, but it wasn't kind of getting the traction or response I hoped for, and that's on my end and then the community's end for. It just wasn't a smooth process for passing around to get thoughts and kind of design this yo-yo as a collaborative product. So kind of took the feedback we got from that, and then mostly took the feedback of the team and my thoughts. Joseph really liked this yo-yo. He had some thoughts about adjusting it. So definitely took some of those thoughts into consideration, then what I liked about it, and then kind of just took the repost, got rid of the project, adjusted it into the Mongoose prototype we see today. I guess it's still a full-size yo-yo, a little bit wider ratio than most of the products we do. It's like somewhere in the 55 range by 44, 45, high 44s, 44.8595, somewhere in there. And then 65 grams on the string for the 6061 version. That's kind of the spec breakdown. On the string, it's got plenty of momentum. It's got plenty of spin time. The stability is really good. I like that it's not overly rim weighted. It's still pretty agile. As you guys know, I like the ability for a yo-yo to be able to hop around and just be very agile. That's one of the characteristics that I really like in yo-yos. So kind of tried to keep that within the Mongoose while also giving it some of the momentum that the competitive aspect of players like. So it's kind of in the middle ground there. It's not directly fully rim heavy, and it's not agile based completely. It's kind of like a sweet middle ground. I really like the way it doesn't really take full advantage of either of those, but it doesn't sacrifice a whole lot playing in the middle ground where it's at. It's got a good feel in the hand. It's a good size. It kind of fits a gap of where we didn't really have a sized yo-yo, so I'm really happy about that for a monometal. A little bit smaller in the Reaper. I like the flat cup. Gives us a good chance for artist editions way down the road. Let's just get some standard ones released first. You guys know our bottleneck at the anodizing plants, the anodizing garages. I don't know. It's artistic anodizing that's not really a big factor, and that's why we have holdups. So after that, now we're also getting some machine shop issues where aluminum's getting harder to grab, a good aluminum, and the pricing's going up, and there's a delay to get it, but that's kind of standard. It's taken 3-4 months, and that's kind of now at both shops, but as long as we plan far enough out, that shouldn't be too much of a deal. But like I said, we just want to get some of the regular versions out before we can start working on getting some artists to work on some engravings for us. Yesterday I spent a lot of time testing. We ended up with just north of 50 good units and 5 or 6 glitches, so we were right around that 10% range that we like to get into for our glitches. So happy with the quality control on this design. It's not too glitch heavy, so it's definitely something we're going to be able to move into production. And then there's the 2 colors. We've got the green wash, and keep in mind Mongoose. Yes, it's an animal. Yes, it's a 4-wheeler from Halo. So it's kind of the way we mess with our names. It's multiple meanings. We like the Mongoose idea, but I went for these first 2 colorways just kind of like woodsy. So we've got a green wash, and then we've got a brown wash, and the brown wash is a little a little bit reddish tint, but the camera picks up more red than it is in person. It's definitely a little more brown, copper, just a little hint of that red saturation. Green wash looks really good. Happy with both of those. It kind of signifies like it looks like you went out and ripped the 4Runner around the woods in the mud. So really happy with the first two colorways that came out for this prototype. As far as a official release, it's going to be down the road. Maybe just in time for Christmas, but I don't want to put a timetable on it because I'm not sure. It might have to be our first release of 2022. But if there's extras, as always, the extras first go to the other Patreon members if they want to snag them. If there's any extras after that, we will put them on the Facebook page. So a lot of good stuff going on the Patreon page. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead. Every Tuesday we do AMAs in the lens, so that's kind of fun. And as always, little sneak peeks of what we're working on and behind the scenes stuff that doesn't make it to the public platforms. Thanks for watching. Can't wait for the Mongoose to get in your hands. And we'll see you guys again soon. Same time, same place.